excited to share this journey with you. This is a space of kindness and encouragement, so let's be welcoming to everyone looking to better themselves. If you have questions, drop them in the chat or use the super chat to make sure it gets addressed. Thank you for being a part of our community. Let's make it a great night. Good evening, everybody. How are you doing today? Yeah, you. How are you doing? Yes, so glad to be here tonight. So glad. Welcome back to Tuesday Night Live. And yes, once again, Chandra is out tonight because of pickleball. I'm pretty sure that pickleball has officially claimed Tuesday evenings for the foreseeable future, as we discussed the other night. Honestly, last week was hilarious. She called me right at the end of the stream and was upset because I didn't answer the phone, completely forgetting that I was on a live stream. So if she randomly calls again tonight, may have to answer just for the entertainment value. And I'm sure that you guys will all be okay with that. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so that's always funny. Last night, though, she and I, we had something really special happen. We made the 3-hour drive up to Elkhart, Indiana for a meetup at the Buffalo Wild Wings. And let's go ahead and show just kind of what that looks like, folks. Last night, this is what we had. This was us last night, ladies and gentlemen. There we are. Look at us at the Elkhart Keto Meetup. There we are. Those are the ones who showed up. Aren't we a good-looking group of people? Yes, we are. Look, Chandra's in the back next to me, and I've got my arm around Amy. We're having a good time. And then on the other side of Chandra is Evil Lynn and Karl. And down in front, that's Chris and Miriam. And we got next to Miriam out in front of me and Chandra is Steph, which is Exposing Darkness. And next to her is oh, my goodness. My brain goes, oh, that's too many names to remember right now. And then too many names to list off. Sabrina and her husband. And I think there's the gentleman all the way to the right, the other side. I thought, no, I can't see what I'm looking at here. We got Jackie over there. There was another person that came along that came out to eat but left before we took the picture. They're like an RV person. We got Smoothie over there on the very end on the right there, which is John. Smoothie's name is John. I did not know that was a person named John, but that's cool, But there we go. Buffalo Wild Wings, Meetup, Elkhart, Indiana. 3-hour drive there and back just to hang out for a little bit, just to get some FaceTime with you guys. That's what we do. And you can make these happen too. If you're not anywhere near where meetups happen, plan one. If you live somewhere where meetups don't happen, make it happen. Okay? You don't have to be near a low carb for better health or a keto palooza or anywhere. You can be in Oregon. You can be in wherever you live, Idaho, South Dakota, North Dakota. You can do all these things. Wherever there's a Buffalo Wild Wings, a steakhouse. I mean, you guys can get together in a McDonald's if you have to. Plenty of it. Plenty of those fun things. But anyway, yes, that's those who showed up last night. So, and we had, and realistically, it was exactly what we needed. I am a person that I get two things out of a meetup. driving 3 hours, I get two things out of something like that. I get the long drive because that really does help kind of like zen me out, right? It is kind of just a little thing, just to me be on the road, especially at night. Like when we go on family vacations, we don't leave to head to where we're going until about 9 p.m. at night. Why do we do that? So when I get on the highway, there's no one in my way, right? You know, I can just get on the open road. The kids can kick back, relax. They can go take a nap. I can drive, throw on some podcast, a couple of books, whatever needs to happen. And then the second piece of that is just you. Those of you who come out, conversation, hugs, everything. Because again, because especially right now, life gets busy. Routines get repetitive. Stress builds up, and you don't realize how badly you need to be connected until you're sitting across the table from someone who genuinely understands you. That's huge. The hugs, the laughter, the great conversations, just feeling, or I should say, just that feeling of being around people who truly get it. Chris and Miriam were there from Keto Chow and SALTT. We had Amy and Sabrina and Evelyn and Karl and Jackie and so many more. And just all completely incredible people from this community. And every single time we do one of these meetups, I walk away reminded that this is so much bigger than YouTube comments or subscriber counts. These are the real friendships, the real support system, the real people trying to improve their lives and help others do the same, because I get so much out of it. So I am incredibly, incredibly grateful for each and every one of you. Legitimately, both the people we meet in person, the people who we hang out with online every week. Tonight, I just want to lean into that feeling a little bit because I don't want to let it go. I just want to talk community, connection, staying on track, navigating life with a little more grace, and whatever else is on your mind tonight. So grab your coffee, whatever beverage you have this wonderful evening, settle in, and let's spend some time together. I'm excited. I'm excited to see all of you tonight. Oh, yeah. Carrie is here talking about bringing the boat up to the live stream, it looks like. He says, first with the boat to the live stream since we started the summer shift. It is early there to work and early off. All right, that's what I'm talking about. And Maritza is here. She says hello to Carrie. To Carrie. And Evelyn says, hello, friends. Dustin, Chandra, Carrie, Maritza, and her evil laugh. She says, I had leftover chicken wings, macadamia nuts, peach salty, and Keto Chow today. That Keto Chow fudge you made, I don't know what you call it. It was like the red, white, and blue, the star-spangled banner fudge that you made was amazing. I was sitting there just kind of eating pieces. I don't know how much you actually went home with, if any, but it was delicious. It had like little pieces of strawberry on top. I love it. Just Jason Keto was in the house. He made a video of my waffle video because my goal, hopefully, is to make sure that these easy recipes that we make get out. And he has a little bit more of a reach than I do with his videos, it seems. So he got his video out there. It's got 10,000 views. How amazing is that? So if you have not had a chance, go over and watch his video on making my waffles. Oh my goodness. And I just kind of want to touch base on something that there's something in the comments that I see quite a bit. And I've been trying to respond to a lot of the comments in his video about replacing the mayo with like sour cream or like cottage cheese. Cottage cheese might work, but I think the reason why mayo is so important because the mayo, the eggs, and the gelatin all work together to form that structure and give it that bready texture because it's really light. It's really light and fluffy. It's not dense at all. I think sometimes we get lost in the chaffles that we make. They get very heavy. They're almost overly crispy. They're not really bread-like too much. And if they are bread-like, they're really kind of fickle. They kind of break apart. They don't stand up to eating as a sandwich. So that's one thing I really like about that. So again, I see a lot of the comments that, can we switch out the mayo for something else? Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to work that great. I mean, I've seen that Chris is in the comments. He may have a little bit of a better answer than that, but I can tell you, yeah. And Jason says that, yeah, I can tell you sour cream won't work as a straight replacement because they're two different types of products. Because you can take, I should say, like if you the mayo will kind of crisp up because it's got egg in it. So yeah, that's what we've got going on there. And again, Maritza is here. She's saying hello to me and to everybody else, and everyone's talking to Jason and Evelyn, and John is here. Good evening. Good evening, John. So glad to see you, my friend. How are you? And Grandma is in the house. Good morning. Have I been saying good morning? Good evening. Good evening. Muscle memory is no joke. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Grandma. So very glad to see you. And Isabella is here. Good evening, dear. How are you? And Thomas from Target Prime Rib is in the house. How are you doing, my friend? So very glad to see you. Oh, and Donna Ray is here. Good evening, Donna. How are you? And our good friend Sean Bradley and his lovely wife Shell are in the house. Good evening to you two. I hope that you're both there and well and listening in and watching this thing, looking at my troll face. And Lynn, Miss 22Q Cat, is in the house. Good evening, dear. And so I'm sure where Lynn is, that Rick is not too far behind. I'm sure he's here somewhere. I think I saw him in the other chat where I can see kind of more of a real time than where I'm kind of scrolling through. Andy, my beautiful Andy is here. Hi, guys. We're back in the States, but not home. Mom is safely with my brother now and going to her house, and Susan and I are in one more hotel till tomorrow's arrival home. Well, I am super stoked to hear all about it. Can't wait for you to fill us all in and let us know how everything is going. And Rick is here for a brief moment. Mr. Charger Mopar is off to the Keto Cookout. Let Russ know that we love him, and we will maybe stop by and say hello after this stream. But yes, I'm so glad that you had a wonderful time. I hope you make it home safely so I can hear all about it. Fuzzy's Adventures in the house. Good evening. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Yes. And Jeff is here. Good evening, Jeff. How are you doing? So very glad to see you, my friend. And there I knew that Chris Cook in Nashville was here. He says, hi, folks. Dustin, you rock, brother. Well, I love you, Chris. I hope you're getting the needed rest you need because you guys didn't go live tonight. No backstage with Chris and Ash. You guys have been burning the candle at you're like one of those big home place candles with like 9 wicks, and you've got all of them on fire for the whole time. Get in there. You're doing. I don't know. You guys sleep in shifts. What's going on over there? Oh. And Jackie is here. So sorry I missed it. Had to barbecue and attend. A barbecue to attend. It didn't leave till 6:30. Oh, well, we were there till like 8:30. You could have stopped in and said hello. There we go. I knew that Rick wasn't too far to follow. If Lynn's here, Rick's not too far to follow. Good evening, my friend. How are you? Oh, and people saying hello. And there we go. There's Robin. Hello, Robin. How are you doing, my dear? Glad to see you. Oh. Sean says, anyone who has a chance should go to a meetup or go to the meetups that they can. If you can go to Keto Palooza, it's well worth it to go. 100,000%. Speakers are great, but meeting these wonderful people in real life is the absolute best. 100%. And Evelyn said that I had a few pieces of fudge left. The girls were eating it today. Oh, yeah. And Jason says KPL was 3 days of nonstop keto, friends. Yes. Yes, indeed. Though this year, Keto Palooza, I will be in attendance for 2 of those 3 days because my son decided that he is going to get married on the Thursday. 1, who gets married on a Thursday. 2, who decides to get married on the Thursday that is Keto Palooza. So I will be coming into Keto Palooza that night. Late, maybe too late to see any of you. So I can be up, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for the Saturday or the Friday festivities. So I'll be missing a day at KPL, unfortunately. But I will be doing everything I can do to be there with bells on or whatever. At least a hoodie or something. It'll be fine. A hoodie, bells, whatever. Whatever. I'll be there. Yeah, and Jason says, yeah, cottage cheese probably has a chance. I think if you kind of get rid of some of the whey and just kind of focus on the curds. There we go. Jaheel is here. Hello, everyone. Hi, Dustin. Hi, Everland. Yes, indeed. I'm so glad my friend Jaheel is here. I'm so glad to see your face. And there we go. Rick again, Charger Mopar Quackers. I will be in another live. He'll be over there with Russ. If you haven't had a chance to check out Russ's live, you'll have to do that one of these days because Russ is amazing. He truly, truly is. I met him, I think, my first year at KPL. He was there just kind of hanging out by himself, and I had to talk to him. Anybody who's hanging out by themselves, I'm probably going to talk to. That's how I met... oh, man, I'm probably going to forget his name now. It's one of those names you don't hear very often. Keep thinking Court, but it wasn't Court. I can't think of it. He had an eye patch. Looked pretty awesome. He had a big white beard with an eye patch. Yes. And here we go. Stephanie, she was there last night, exposing darkness. She was at the meetup last night. I was so glad to see her. And Chris says, we've only got 10 thumbs up, folks. How is that even possible? He says, we can do better for Dustin than that. That's right. We can. It's free. Subscribing is free. Thumbs up are free. Look, thumbs up. Evelyn says, we were there past 9 and you didn't leave till after us. I know. We were there till, I don't know. We were there till where it was me, Chris, and Miriam, Chandra, and Jackie. And Chris and Miriam were like tapped out. And then Chandra and I stood and talked to Jackie for a while. And then we left. And then we had to run some stuff to like some screws or something for a dryer or whatever to Jackie's aunt on the south side. So we didn't get home last night till after 2 a.m. But that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. We had a good time. Very good time. And Steph says, hey, Evelyn, I saw someone you know at my work today. Oh, interesting. Do tell. Spill the tea. Hey, Mason, I hear you. Who the heck gets married on a Thursday? My children, because they're cheap. And I mean, the venue that they want, the venue they want to use, which is gorgeous. It's a gorgeous venue. I think I've shown photos of it before. Like a couple, like when they were going to get married last year, and I showed photos of the wedding facility. They're getting married outside in October. I hope it's okay. It's going to be a tight squeeze, but you get a major, major discount if you get married on a Thursday versus a Saturday at this place. So, yeah. Wear a decked out Batman suit. I don't know. Be lucky if I wear a polo. I don't even have a suit right now. I don't know what to do about that, boy. And I'm on the way up to the meetup last night. They called us and they were talking about putting an offer in on a condo. I think it was like a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo with like $400 a month HOA fees, and I'm like, But they're like, it's cheaper than what we're paying for rent right now with a mortgage. Children. All right, here we go. Jahil's talking. Evelyn, Timmy is in the Amazon right now trying to find an anaconda to wrestle. I'm a bit concerned because I watched the movie with J-Lo, and he's 18 now, so I have to trust my adult child. The problem with anacondas in the Amazon, from what I understand, is legitimately they're bigger around than you can grab. So you got to be careful there. Somebody keeps coming into my room, but I'm not sure who it is. I can hear the door open, but I can't see anybody. Yes. Jennifer Lucas is in the house. Congratulations. One is leaving the nest. No, it's not one who lives here now. They already live somewhere else. So it's not changing my living dynamic. They're changing their living dynamic. Ours stays the same. Okay? Okay, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Aunt Kay is in the house. Finally made it live. Good evening. There we go. Welcome, dear. It's been a long time. So very glad to see you. Jahil says, Dustin, I saw a picture of all of you troublemakers together, and I'm surprised no arrests were made. Me too. But the one thing I must say about that BW3 is they put us at a table where, like, okay, so like as you're walking in, the way the building is set up, there's like a main corridor up the middle of the restaurant. And we were sit at the table, but there's like these things on the either side, and you have to go this way or this way. But like where the table was, you had to like squeeze by on both edges because they had the tables. But even when I went again last night, even after they had broke our table apart, I went back in to go potty before we left, and I still had to squeeze by people sitting at those tables. They were sitting like they could have moved them on. I don't know. That was the most ill set up BW3s I've seen in a long time. So there we go. Yes. Oh, Evelyn says that Steph works with a friend I went to school with. Oh, that's fantastic. I hope they were a good person that you went to school with, because sometimes we went to school with people we would rather not remember or see again. But Chris says, Ash and I got married on a Sunday, which I was not invited to. How rude. For the same reason. Cheap. We were deep in the throes of climbing out a financial hole in 2020, so every dollar mattered. Oh, every dollar matters now. Like, for real. For real. 100%. Evelyn says, Steph, she wrote to me after I posted our pics and tagged you. Everybody's saying it's a small world after all. Funny enough, on the way home from the meetup, we were listening to the Disney Dish podcast with Jim Hill and Lynn Testa. I am a Disney nerd. If you haven't heard that yet, I hope you understand by now. But they were talking about some surveys that had gone out with Disney and asking about like how people think about certain levels of attractions. And they were talking, and then, you know, Lynn Testa was talking about some of the surveys for It's a Small World and Disney World. and how much real estate, how much room it takes up in Fantasyland. And that structure, like the show building, butts up against what will be Villain's Land. So the way that Small World is set up and the way that the show building for Haunted Mansion, they kind of come together at a corner. And so there's like a backstage area that kind of handles both Small World as well as Haunted Mansion. And so the Haunted Mansion is going to be kind of sitting right there on the corner of what will be the future spot, is the future spot of Villain's Land in the Magic Kingdom. And they're talking about how much they could get out of the real estate that is Small World. There is already the original Small World in Disneyland. And I'm thinking, yes, I could see them getting rid of Small World because there's hardly ever a wait of more than 15 minutes. But then they were also talking about some other rides, like some new Fantasyland rides like Barnstormer, which is a goofy themed, like entry kid-sized roller coaster. And then they've got the Dumbo, the twin Dumbos. And then with the twin Dumbos, they've got like this like indoor play place that you don't necessarily have to be in line for Dumbo, but it is a part of the queue for Dumbo, an indoor playground, which I think is very important for a place like Magic Kingdom, to have an indoor playground like that for kids who need to run around or get some shade, and it's air conditioned in there. And they need rides like Dumbo, they may not be the biggest attraction, they may not be pulling the big numbers, but they are a place where parents who don't necessarily feel like waiting in all these lines with some smaller kids can just go and get them on that ride a few times, let them play. But they were talking about, like, one of the things that does kind of bother me is the idea that they're looking at, like, well, how could they maximize Lightning Lane revenue? Could they put in a more Lightning Lane enthused attraction? And I'm like, I don't know. But anyway, this isn't Disney chat, but you know what I mean. But anyway, I can get distracted by Disney. But I was listening to that podcast on the way home. Yes. The server was great. And the server was great. We tipped him very well. We made sure to tip very well because he was very attentive. And Jen says, maybe you're booked for a Thursday. They'll marry off another kid for bingo. I don't know what's going on there. Kevin from Tuber Chat is in the house. Good evening, my friend. How are you? You just got off your 3-hour live stream. Chris says, if I had known you, I'd have invited you, but you hadn't been kind enough to come meet me yet. So I love that. Like, that's the thing that Chandra and I talk about sometimes. It'll be like, we were talking about the first Despicable Me movie. I went to see that movie with my friend Jason. And Chandra goes, you didn't go see it in theaters with me. And I'm like, I didn't know you yet. She goes, that's not my fault. Yes. And Rick says 1 month from today in Middletown, Connecticut. I'm guessing that Chris Cook and Nash will be playing there. Yes. That'll be fun. Too far for me to drive. That's more than 3 to 4 hours for me. So that's going to be a no from me. And A. Mason says, Tuber Chat, the kind man that helps everyone. Today was Okies Eden. Thank you. Well, that's fantastic. Thank you. Mr. Brian Doyle says, rare to catch her live in the evening for me. Hey, y'all. Well, welcome. Welcome, my friend. How are you? So very glad to see you. And I think everybody knows this. I think everybody already knows this, but Jahil's asking, what's my favorite ride at Disney? My favorite can't-miss ride is the Haunted Mansion. It's not the most thrilling ride. It's not the most epic ride, but it's my favorite ride. I do also like, the railroad one, the the Roller Coaster Railroad in Magic Kingdom, and I like Tron, which I've only gotten to ride one time. And then I have never got to ride Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind yet. Looking forward to that, though. One of these days. And Jennifer Lucas says, since my plumbers have kids to send to college, I'm sending arts and crafts Saturday. Let me know if you have any folding tables I can borrow. Okay. I don't think we have any. Let's see. What kind of folding tables do you need, Jen? I don't know if I have a way to get them to you. That's a problem. Today was one of those days where we didn't get a chance to give it to her because Chandra and her really didn't get a chance to see each other today. And I think it's in Chandra's purse. So I didn't get a chance to give that to her yet. It's either in the purse or it was in the Keto Chow, the salty bag that we use to put our stuff in. So she knows that there's a bracelet. I just haven't had a chance to give it to her yet. And Chandra's not home currently, so. Yeah, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. That's the one. That's the one. I have never been to Six Flags, but I have been to Kings Island a few times. Kings Island's only 2 hours away. I'm not a big theme park person. As weird as it is, I'm a Disney person, but I'm not a big theme park person. Like, I don't have a huge desire to go to Universal, even though I do really want to see eventually go and see the Harry Potter stuff. The Tron Light Cycle Run is a great coaster. I rode the back. I didn't quite fit in the ones that you lean forward on, like my legs are too big. But I sat in the back where you can sit up and just buckle in like a regular roller coaster. And that was I mean, it's from start to finish, like from when it starts to when you go to the brake run, it's like 60 seconds, 58 seconds. It's a very short ride, but there are obviously things throughout the queue and things like that to see. There's some cool stuff with that. Yeah, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is another one of my favorites. I love that a lot. And Lisa Blessed Life is in the house. Good evening. So very glad to see you. How are you? Oh, and Jen Lucas says, strange thought. If I start watching on Facebook and then switch to YouTube, do you get credit for 2 thumbs up? Not on YouTube. I don't know how much Facebook pumps things out, but it's more important to watch on Facebook. But considering the software that I use pushes it out to 4 platforms, I send it out to Facebook, YouTube, X, and Rumble. Though I don't know quite how much really what's going on between all of them. Like currently right now, it says 35 people watching on YouTube, 9 people watching on X, 0 on Facebook, and 0 on Rumble. So what are you going to do? People watch on X. That's pretty cool, though. But I don't know if they're consistent watching, if it's concurrent, like watching currently, or people that have clicked on it and left, if it just keeps a static number. I do not know. And Chris says, Ash is finished with her project, and I got to peace out, get ready for another busy day tomorrow. Love you all. You guys rock. Much love, Dustin. Beard on, brother. I love you. You guys have a great night and rest. You and Ash and Mel get some much needed rest, my friends. Maybe watch some TV or something. I don't know. We had a Hard Rock Cafe in Indianapolis for a very brief time. I don't know, how long was that here? How long was there a Hard Rock Cafe? How long? I think it was long. I think we had a Planet Hollywood and a Hard Rock Cafe. How long was Hard Rock Indianapolis open? Almost 20 years. It opened in 1999 and closed March of 2019. It says the location shut down because its downtown lease expired. Fans of the brand looking for traditional Hard Rock experience now have to travel to the nearest cafe location in Louisville, Kentucky. Let's see. Or visit the Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana in Gary, which opened in 2021, which they've been having like pretty decent concerts. Like Cannibal Corpse has played there, and they get some pretty decent sized shows there. But I didn't realize it had been there for 20 years. I think I went in like once or twice. There was never a lot going on. It was like an Applebee's branded as Hard Rock. I don't know. It didn't seem that cool. I think Planet Hollywood. How long was Planet Hollywood open here? I don't think it was very long. If it was 2 years, I'd be surprised. How long was Planet Hollywood Indianapolis open? Oh, yeah, 2 years. It opened in July of 97 and closed in October of 99. Yeah, the high-profile theme restaurant debuted on North Illinois Street on the Circle Center Mall area with much fanfare, drawing a crowd of 10,000 Hoosiers, celebrity guests like Bruce Willis and Chris Farley. However, the location was short-lived, shuttering permanently as the parent company closed underperforming outlets and filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Okay. All right. Very interesting. Yeah, Sean says that Guardians of the Galaxy is on point. It's a great ride. Time to trim my mustache again. It's irritating my bottom lip. Yeah. Helix says, I'm not a theme park person either, not a zoo person. I absolutely have always, let's see, from young age, loathe the zoo, 100% against zoo, actually. I'm one of those people, like, I'm not a big fan of the zoos. I understand their importance. I understand that they're important. Hold on 1 second, folks. A girl's tooth came out. Hold on, I got to see this. Had to high five her. She lost a tooth. The tooth fairy's coming tonight to our house.
I gotta write her a note.
Yeah, make sure to write her a good note.
Oh.
All right, now go on, baby doll. There's a hand for you. There's a waving, wiggly hand. All right, now get out of here. All right, go on. Bye. Go on. Do we got to call Daddy? All right, then. Did you know you're not supposed to be up here when I'm doing this? Anyway, yeah, I understand the importance of zoos, but I'm also not a fan of them because often like you go to like the chimpanzees and the orangutans, that was like so miserable. Or like even at Disney, even at Animal Kingdom, like the gorillas look so miserable. Ugh. And Fuzzy Adventure says, yeah, I'm not a big fan of theme park person myself, but I don't like specific water rides or theme parks. Other than that, I don't really do many theme parks. I love Disney. I think Disney's great because they are not so much like, it's not all roller coasters. It's not all just, extreme thrills, and like the other rides they do have are very well done. Unlike, I think the other rides are probably, I don't know. I don't have a desire to go to Kings Island or anything like that, And yeah, Disney is very expensive. Theme parks are not, most theme parks are not nearly as expensive as Disney, but I understand what Disney is and I'm willing to pay that expense. Let's see. Sean says, we ate at Hard Rock Cafe in Indianapolis in 2016. Okay. All right. I never ate there, I don't think. I had a friend who was a waitress there for a while, and I went in one time. I think we went in to use the bathroom one time when we were doing something on the Circle, and it was a place to go and use the bathroom. Coach Angela Mullins is in the house. Good evening. And Jeff has season passes for Kings Island. So do the grandkids. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Our kids typically go like once a year, maybe. But I don't have a, I mean, it's almost all roller coasters. I know they have like a new, like haunted mansion, like type attraction now. And I'm like, I'm not spending $100 for that. I mean, I'll spend thousands of dollars to go to Disney though. Yeah. Evelyn says I need to go to Hard Rock in Louisville. All right. Maybe before or after KPL, anybody want to rock with me? Rock right to Electric Avenue. And Helix says, I thought I couldn't hear. I was like, oh, yay. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Sean says, we got our free tickets to Busch Gardens. They gave us 4 free tickets to veterans every May, good through June 30th. We need to figure out a time to go. Oh, okay. I've never been to Busch Gardens, but I remember seeing the commercials to Busch Gardens when I was a kid. I mean, you're not wrong. Helix says they think Disney's as much as meat stock might cost more per person than Disney. I don't know. Maybe. Jackie went to Hard Rock, Hong Kong. See, that would be something maybe. I don't know. It'd be hard to go to like Hong Kong and then go do something like that. Like, I want like authentic Hong Kong food. Like, I want to go to an authentic Hong Kong restaurant. I don't know. That's how I kind of look at it. And Jen says, for a single day base level admission, there are no U.S. theme parks consistently more expensive than Disney. I think Universal might be more expensive right now. I don't know. They compete for expensiveness. I think they're right around the same price. Universal about just as expensive. I mean, I don't know about outside of Florida, or at least in that very dense corridor there. Helix said, Dustin, I got a lot of things to tell you about meat stock, something I was not so impressed about, but I did enjoy meeting and seeing a lot of carnivores and mainstream people. Can I message you on Facebook? Yeah, you can message me or email me, however you want to. We can talk about it. I'd be interested in hearing what you have to say. I mean, there's always ups and downsides to every event. It also depends on, how likely or how, were you able to look behind the curtain, so to speak? Like, I heard very different takes on meat stock last year from different people. Those who were, just different points of view. Some people thought it was great and they thought they didn't have a single hiccup except for like the parking and getting from one place to another and a lot of those kind of hiccups. And then there's, I haven't really heard a lot of negativity about this year. So I got to be curious to see what you have to say. Always looking forward to that kind of stuff. And Sean says, Universal is much more expensive for single days, but it's all based on the day you go. Peak is usually 30 to 40 more. If you go to Disney and you go and you get like a 14-day ticket, which sounds absurd, then you're paying like $40 a day or something like that. Like, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Single person going to Disney, 1-day ticket versus the cost of 14-day tickets. A 1-day Disney tickets ranges from $109 to over $224, depending on the park and date. U.S. residents can only buy up to 10-day ticket which averages out to $60 to $80 per day. 14-day tickets are only sold to UK, Ireland residents, averaging around $45 to $60 a day. Okay, so someone's back again. What's this? It's a fry guy.
It's a shrinky dink. We just made him.
It's a shrinky dink.
Uh-huh.
This looks like, is this a Minecraft fry thing? No, it's just a shrinky dink. This is a shrinky dink. It's fries, a shrinky dink fry thing. Want to see this? Can you guys see this? They just made them. They're doing crafts downstairs.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. All right. So I was just curious. So if you are a U.S. citizen or U.S. resident, you can't get over more than 10-day tickets. Which hold on a second. Look at this. We got all these. Look at this. We got all these. I'm not going to show them. Let me see if I can see.
Show them.
I'm not showing. You go. Let's see what all we got here. We got a watermelon. It's a watermelon. Watermelon. We got a kitty cat one. Oh, we got a rainbow one too. Look at this one. Did you color all these? Who did?
I colored most of them. The ones that are both together are mommy's.
Okay. Another strawberry one. All right, come take these from me, okay? And you need to go downstairs. Love you. All right, go on. All right. Back to business. Coach Angela says they used to have season passes to Water Country and Busch Gardens. Just don't have anyone to go with me anymore. All right, hold on a second here. Let's see something. All right. So I just got a text message from our daughter. It's been confirmed. Second tooth is coming in on the baby, and our girl lost another tooth. The girls are getting too big too fast. They need to slow down. All right. Jennifer says, being an extreme optimist, I loved meat stock. There were many hiccups, but the experience was still so worth it. Yeah, I mean, I imagine, I love all of these events that I go to, regardless of the issues. Like KPL has issues. They ran out of bacon 2 years in a row, regardless of the impact or the things that Autumn had many meetings with management at the Galt House and sitting down with the chefs and saying, this is how much we're going to need. But the chef is like, I know better than you. And then when we go and we eat the bacon and it's gone, they're like, oh, we don't have enough bacon. Well, I told you to make X amount of bacon. And this happens at all of them, right? And Sean says, whenever I go to, I keep wanting to say Outback. Whenever I go to Hard Rock, I pick up a magnet for my sister. I started that tradition when I was traveling a lot while I was in the Navy. In the Navy. Helix says Keto Palooza is also much more cheaper than meats. Well, yeah, Keto Palooza. Once you start adding in the hotel stays, I mean, they're all expensive, but cheaper than meat stock. But since we were comparing those type of things, I don't know if I could do another meat stock. That was a lot for me, but I may change. Let's hope for the best. Yeah, I mean, if you have issues being around lots and lots of people and your social battery isn't big enough for 1,500 people, then those things may not be for you. The smaller little regional meetups might be better. Like getting together with 25 people at a BW3s is maybe more your speed. And that's okay. You can throw these little meetups in your area where you live. Within a few hours, people will probably drive up. We had people coming from 3 to 4 hours away yesterday. That's not unusual. It's not unusual. Yes. And Amy says, "Hey, Dustin and Chandra. It was so nice to see you guys last night. Sorry I'm late. I'm driving home in the car for my Broadway musical rehearsal. I love it. Well, be safe, dear. Be safe. Be safe." And Jackie says Dustin has new merch. Oh, yeah. And Helix says, "Can she make a steak and eggs on a plate one?" I don't know. I think it's whatever they come with. I don't know how they make them. But make steaks and eggs on a plate. I need a new keychain for my key to the dollar store I work. Let's see. Not even sure if I say where I work on here. I don't know. Let's see. Everybody was sad that Jackie didn't make it. That's true. We didn't get to meet John Smoovie, though, which I didn't know that Smoovie was a John. Let's see. Yes, BYOB. Bring your own bacon. Yes, yes, indeed. Oh, yeah. Yes. Let me reach out to Chandra and see if she's done yet. Let's see what she has to say. She might still be in the checkout line. I'm going to put you guys on mute for just a second.
Can people hear me?
They can hear you now. Say hello.
Hello. I should say hi, everybody.
You should say it.
Hello, everybody.
There we go. Oh.
I got me a Diet Coke and you a Coke Zero.
I appreciate that very, very much. Jennifer says, "Talk amongst yourselves."
Exactly. I pledge allegiance.
Sean says hello, and Evelyn says hello.
Hello to everybody.
And Helix says Chandra, but she says, "I've never been to a steakhouse. Like, never been to like Outback or even Ponderosa."
Really?
Does Ponderosa really count as a steakhouse?
I don't know what Ponderosa was. It was an enigma.
I agree.
I have a raging headache.
Well, that's no good.
Well, no caffeine, plus.
Oh, yeah.
Plus playing pickleball out in the hot sun, which was fine. It was good. But there were a bunch of teenagers at the pickleball courts, and there were 3 different groups of teenagers blasting 3 different groups of very loud, very obnoxious music.
Well, you know what they say, babe.
What? If it's too loud, you're too old?
That's right.
Yes. But it was so loud and 3 different musics that it legit felt like someone was punching me in my head.
Yes.
So, if you ever like to pick on Hunter for his SoundCloud rap, that's what I was allowed to listen to.
Yes. I love it.
It was bad. It was bad. Well, I am just a few minutes from the house, so I will see you when I get there. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for waiting and talking to me on the speaker of the phone.
All righty. We love you, babe. Be safe. I'll see you in a little bit.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
There you go. And for those of you who met her for the first time yesterday, she is real. I don't just make people up. Oh, let's see. Helix says it's the Dollar General in Gardner, Kansas. No surprise visits, please. Yeah, I've been through Kansas one time, and that was one time too many. We drove through Kansas on our way to Colorado. Well, my question is, what do you consider a steakhouse, Helix? What do you consider a steakhouse? If you've never been to a steakhouse, I mean, Outback is a steakhouse. Longhorn. What are the other ones? There's Logan Steakhouse. There's Longhorn Steakhouse. There's, I don't know, all of them. When is Timmy coming to a meetup? Come on, Jaheel, spill the beans. Brian is in the house. He says, good evening, Dustin and everyone. Good evening. And he said we had a Ponderosa years and years ago. I had the largest cry when that closed down. It was funny. He said, you've been to Ponderosa Steakhouse. Ponderosa is where I first learned that meat actually had its own juices. I remember we went to Ponderosa and I ordered a steak. And I was told to order it well done, and it came out probably, I'll say, medium rare. My grandma freaked out. You got to send that back. It's not cooked enough. And I'm like, I've already had like 4 bites. I'm like, it was like life-changing. I was like, this is juicy and delicious and tender. It's not a charcoal briquette. Like, what's going on? You know, let's see. Ponderosa brings back some menderies. There's some menderies there, Sean. Some menderies. That's how I talk. Menderies instead of memories. You know, what are you going to do? Kansas is the freaking I passed through state. I mean, what is it like? Kansas City, Missouri is right on the Kansas-Missouri border. So it's like you don't even have to get that deep into Kansas City to be in Kansas, and then there's like nothing else. There was just nothing. All I-70 all the way across. Nothing. There's like nothing to see. I don't even think it's like a Walmart or anything. You just see nothing. Kansas is a pass-through state. I mean, there's just nothing else. And Helix says, I swear to God, nobody purposely visits. So do you want us to like drop in for somewhere in the middle of Kansas or not? I mean, I'm probably not going to anyway, but I'm not trying to be, I don't see myself in Kansas anytime soon. Cass is here. Wild Mountain Love. All right. Wild Mountain Love. The new series on Peacock. Anyway. Let's see. Oh, I've passed through there. I mean, yeah. Jackie says, I'll be close to you when we're driving through in October. I think we're going to Steamboat Springs. We have to stop off in Holdridge. Yes, 30 or 40 minutes away. There's stuff too. I'm just saying, like off the highway, like the only thing that I remember seeing. So here's the story, okay? And I'm not even making this up because it's too funny to make up, okay? Like I remember just driving through, and like one things we actually saw driving through was some of the windmills towards the end of the state, I guess, maybe. I'm not quite sure. It just seemed to go on and on and on, my friend. It was on and on, my friend. Some people started driving it and not knowing what it was. Anyway, and we finally cross over into Colorado. And we stop off at an Arby's to eat. I was so mad. Because we walk into Arby's. And what was playing on the radio in Arby's? Kansas. I was like, no, we can't escape it. Dust in the wind. I was like, no, no. But that's what happened. That's the true story. That's the true story. And Helix says, yes, I am in the middle of nowhere and nobody does see themselves going to freaking Kansas. I mean, you know, Dorothy was gone out of there too. But like the center of the United States is in Kansas. Just another red shirt is in the house. Howdy, my friend. How are you? Good to see you, my friend. Oh. I don't know. We went through Iowa in the middle of the night. On the way back from Colorado, we went through Iowa. On the way through from Indiana, we went Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Colorado. On the way back, we went up Colorado to Wyoming, from Wyoming to Nebraska, to Iowa, to Illinois, to Indiana. Yeah, Dodge City would be cool, you know. And Jennifer Lucas says, I once passed through Kansas having no sleep for 2 days. I think it was storming. I may have been hallucinating. That's just like, there's just see these dead exits, like just exits with just shells of like what used to be just like a few standing posts of what used to be gas stations. Yeah, Keto Chow live stream starts in just a couple of minutes. I do have it linked. So once I end the stream, you can stick around and click on that to go and say hello to Chris and Miriam. I imagine they're going to be inside their RV. That's a recreational vehicle. So, yeah. Yeah. And Helix says, like, our amazing thing there is a McDonald's half mile from your security purposes. And they're like, we got NASCAR. Oh, my goodness. All right. Have a great night, everybody. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. I did just want to, I haven't had a chance to update anything, so I just kind of wanted to read off a little bit of some things going on here. So some members, I wanted to read off and say thank you to the morning members. We got the morning regulars. We got A. Mason is a morning regular. We got Wad Squad Dad is in the morning regulars, and Hanging Out with Jen is a morning regular. And then we've got Sean Bradley and Cindy and Eva Lynn and Amy. We got Andy, a morning regular, and Sharon is a morning regular. So thank you for being a member in this group for so long. Thank you all so very much. Whoo! But yeah, so just understand that this community does in fact matter so very much to me, and I just want to make sure you guys truly understand that. Thank you all. I'm incredibly lucky and thankful to have each and every one of you show up week after week and hang out with me, whether we've met in person, chatted in a live stream, or you're quietly listening while drinking your coffee, or you're just in the background and never really even chat. You're a part of this community. You're a part of this community, and you're a part of something meaningful. Thank you for helping and build a community rooted in honesty, support, and real connection. Love your faces. Enjoy the rest of your evening, whether you're going to see Russ or at the Keto Cookout, or you're going to go over and hang out with Chris and Miriam. I love you guys. Have a great night. And here are the credits that I still have not updated because I have to go and find new footage. But anyway, here you go.